40 grams of my oats. Perfect fucking omelet. Look at that shit. Yeah, buddy. Alright guys, here I am, all black and shit. How did the weekend go? Okay, today is Sunday, by the way. Sunday, and I still am fucking dark as shit. The dream tan didn't really come off. I didn't have baby oil. I showered and exfoliated 2 times, but it didn't help. So a little run through of my weekend. Friday, I went up to Syracuse, to the host hotel. Really great, really nice staff, and everything helped me out. Hung out at the hotel, did my polygraph. I passed, obviously, and just hung out for a few hours. Walked up the street to Chipotle, got a burrito. Hung out for a little while there, then went back to the hotel. Hung out some more by myself, because originally my friend was supposed to go with me, but he backed out on me like a week and a half before. So I asked my girlfriend if she would do it, but her mom wouldn't let her go up early. So I went up alone with no assistant. And hung out at the hotel by myself till about 8 o'clock at night, when my dad and stepmom and little brother came up, and just relaxed for a while, carving up rice cakes and shit. And quite frankly, I looked better Friday than I did Saturday, which sucks, you know, it happens. I spilled over a little bit, but that's not a good enough excuse, but I'll get to that. Oh, by the way, trophies and shit over there. Friday, I got 3 hours of sleep because my dad was sleeping like the next bed over and snores extremely loud. You could probably hear him snoring in the background. Well, yeah, so I got 3 hours of sleep because he would not shut up, and so that was in it of itself. I woke up about 5 of 6, had a small meal. I think it was like 15 fat, 80 carb, like 50 protein, something like that. Just a number I kind of pulled out of my ass. I was just going for a little bit of fat with some protein. I had 2 chicken breast fillets and a bunch of rice cakes and shit. So that's what I had, and sweet potatoes and stuff. But then I put my dream tan on, and I used the reddish bronze dream tan number 2. Really, really great color, but it came off on my sweatpants extremely bad when I went in my car. You know, I let it dry, but still, you know, it only works so good. But I didn't get any video, or I got a few pictures. I'll throw some up in the next video also, but I had to record off of my mom's camera, well, my stepmom's camera, because for some reason the jack for her camera doesn't work. Like, there's no cord, like, you know what I mean? There's no hole for the cord, so it's weird. Yeah. But I could throw some of that video of her pictures up. Poverty, seriously. And yeah, so going into the show, you know, I had the athlete check-in, hung out backstage by myself, just getting my head right. You know, everybody has their coaches. There were some teams there. And the show was really big, you know. For a first show, I wish I didn't do that show for my first one. There was 130 competitors between the guys and girls. But eventually I met up with my buddy Ron, who said he was competing. He's older than me. I think he's in his 50s, late 40s, early 50s. 54, I think he said he was. And I think he was the oldest guy there, one of the oldest. And he actually helped me with my tan backstage. Thank God I bumped into him and helped me pump up and shit, you know. You know, everybody pretty much had a coach, except for me and him. And actually, I bumped into my friend Tony that I talked about, natural pro for the IFBA. And his daughter was competing, Jade. And, you know, we were Team Powerhouse, basically, because that's the gym we go to. And, well, I don't go there too much anymore, just money's sake, you know, and driving. All I did leading up to the show was rice cakes. And then about 20 minutes before, 2 rice cakes with white chocolate peanut butter on them. And before stepping on stage, I had a Reese's cup, this big ass one. I broke it and I ate it at two separate 2 separate times, one for the prejudging and one for the night show. So that was a really great thing that I was looking forward to. And after the show, of course, I binged afterward. I do have competitions coming up too, but I said, fuck this shit, I'm going to go. I learned a lot of shit backstage through the other guys. And, the guy who I believe, I didn't stay until the end to see who won their pro card, but I'm pretty sure this guy won. I think his name was, what was his name? John, maybe? I think his name might have been John. He was fucking ripped. I think he was 51 years old, and he was just peeled. He had, you could see his obliques, and there was like 20 lines, and it was like vascular and shit. It was crazy. I couldn't even picture. I wish I got, a video or something, but that wasn't really crossing my mind at the time. How did I do? As you guys see, well, first off, I did the debut, which I signed up for the day before. I just decided it's for first-time competitors only, so I figured, it'd be a pretty easy division. So I did the debut, the novice, which is people who haven't placed first in the open class, and I did the teen division. And I thought I would win all 3. I was feeling really, really confident. So first, this is my second place trophy. For teen, I got 2nd out of 3. I feel that I should have won, in all honesty. Not being arrogant, because you do have to be humble, and you also have to consider, you can't think of it in the heat of the moment, but I sincerely think I won. Significantly in the lower body, definitely. In the upper body, I really think too. I don't see how he beat me, but that happens. He's a really cool guy, really good character. I can't remember his name actually. I think he said it was Rick or something. I don't remember. There's a lot of people that I met. I couldn't really remember names, but yeah. So I got 2nd out of 3. I was the youngest competitor there, except for one guy who was in physique. He was 17 years old, and he actually won his pro card, believe it or not. I didn't see what he looked like, but I heard he was looking really good, so congrats, man. Good for you. So, next was this OCB. This was 5th place novice. I got 5th of 8, so, 5th of 8, it was a difficult class. Of course, the guy that beat me in the teen actually beat me in the novice also. I would have laughed if he beat me in the teen and not the novice, or in the novice and not the teen. But no, he beat me in both. Again, I don't really know how, but whatever. And lastly, for the debut, I got this pretty little plaque that says finalist, because I got last place in the debut, and holy fuck, I have no idea wow. I shouldn't even have entered that, because the debut class fucking rocked. It was stacked. There was this guy I talked to, he was 28 years old, peeled. Really quiet, really quiet. He didn't want to talk to me at all. I was trying to talk and shit, and he was just, I don't know, he had really, really good conditioning. Let's see, what happened on stage. On stage, it's hard. I practice posing a lot. I record some footage. Don't always post. I haven't posted a lot posing footage in a long time. But I do practice a lot. And going out there for the prejudging and flexing in the mirror is a lot different. You don't have the mirror, so you don't know what you're looking like, and you try to overexert, you overexert yourself unintentionally, and it's like, I was squeezing so hard I was shaking. I was trying to remember in my head, just flex 80%, and you'll be alright. But I was just going for broke, you know, trying to focus on everything all at once while smiling, and it was hard. And the hardest thing was I was the 7th class, the 8th class, and the 10th class. So I basically had no rest in between. I was having muscle spasms and shit. Like, on my way over to Chipotle, I got Chipotle in between the prejudging and the night show. And believe it or not, it was pretty badass. I didn't really blow it that much either. Just a little bit, but I got beans. I said, fuck it. So I was in the car on the way to Chipotle, and my legs were just cramping up like crazy. I was drinking water all throughout the day, but it's just a matter of, you know, flexing so hard for so long. And, you know, it was tough. And I think the judges overall did a pretty good job. I just feel like that guy shouldn't have beat me in either of the classes. But, hey, what's done is done. And the bottom line was I was not lean enough, you know. There's been times where I save my junk for later on in the day so I can have ice cream or Pop-Tarts or something like that, when in reality I would be so much better off if I just threw those macros away, you know, instead of having the extra 14 grams of fat and 30 carbs from the Ben & Jerry's, just not eat anything. You know, if I did that, I would have been fucking diced. And talking to Tony and the guy who I think won, sorry, I forgot your name, I think it was John, you know, bro's the way to go. Although it may hinder my performance like it did the first time, you know, I might have just been doing it wrong, you know. And so that's the approach I'm going to take until these next couple shows. I'm definitely doing the Albany show the 26th of April, so that's about a month away. And I'm also going to be doing, as long as I can get the day off from work, we're not allowed to request time off, but I'm going to see if my friend will cover for me, for April 16th or 18th, I think it's the 18th, in Binghamton. It's an IFPA Pro, but I'm not going for my Pro card. It's the Liberty State Natural, so if anybody's going to be coming out, it's in Binghamton, New York. It's going to be a really big show again. Same promoter. He does a really good job, you know. He does a great job. He got us out of there. Awards were done at like 8:30, you know. But, you know, he did a really good job with that. He's a really cool guy. Mike, you're awesome, man. So, I just got to get lean. So, what I'm going to do, I'm taking a more traditional approach to this, is just 20 minutes of cardio every day instead of, you know, what I was doing, number of calories and shit, and just bro eating. The nutrition I'm going to keep to myself. I don't need you guys stealing my shit. I'm just kidding. If you guys are interested, I can make a video about it. But trying to make this video as quick as I can. I'm in a really good position now for, you know, competing. I want to stay lean because I want to compete maybe again in November. But on the other hand, you know, I want to bulk and gain size. So what I might do is after this show, bulk just for a few months until maybe August or September and begin prep again. But it's not going to be as long of a prep because I'm going to be lean still. So it's going to be a clean bulk, but I do need more size. We'll see if that plan follows through. That's a little long-term idea that I have. It might not happen, but that's just an idea of what we're looking at. So basically, guys, 6th out of 6th in the debut. Embarrassing. 2nd out of 3rd in teen, and 5th out of 8 in novice. And you know, it's a great experience. I love competing. It's a good environment, and I really like it. I just hope next time, you know, I have an assistant or something, because that would be cool, someone to hang out with and shit. I mean, I had a couple friends to hang out with, you know, Tony, Ron, and Jade and shit, but just having someone there and having more support, you know. Not one of my friends went, it was my family, you know, my uncle, my cousin, my stepmom, my mom, my dad. My mom's boyfriend went with her, my little brother, who doesn't know anything, my girlfriend, and her mom. And that was my group. That's who went. So just, you got to go with the flow, I guess, you know. Shit doesn't work out. Can't let that get to you, you know. But got to get lean. I'm going to be getting lean. And no more garbage. Just doing shit the way it should be done. So guys, I'm going to close out this video now. It's long. I got to go throw baby oil on to try to get this dream tan off. Yeah, so I guess that's it. You know, and another thing was, I get like a false impression of what I look like because I always, you know, whenever I'm in the dark lighting or the shitty lighting, I don't like to look at myself. But when the lighting's above or, you know, outside a doorway that I'm in, you know, I'm like, holy fuck, I look great, you know. But then, in all actuality, when you put me next to other ripped people, like, I look completely different, you know, and it shows. It sucks, you know, and after prejudging, I realized, I was like, fuck, you know, I want to just end my prep completely, you know, just end it. There's no point in me doing any other shows, but I decided I'm going to stick with it, and it just added fuel to the fire, you know. It is demotivating, but like my mom and dad said, and everybody who was there that did support me, family, you know, I'm 18 years old. I was the youngest in the bodybuilding division, and I have to keep that in mind, you know. These guys have been training 10 years longer than me, so I can't let that discourage me. You know, they have more dense, mature muscle than I do, so, you know, not making excuses or anything by any means, because the bottom line was I wasn't lean enough. Natural bodybuilding's more about how aesthetic and lean you are as opposed to how fucking big you are, you know. Granted, if you have 18-inch arms, you know, that's going to help you, definitely, but if you're not cut, if you don't have a ripped set of abs, you're not going to win. And that shows, you know. My core is definitely something I have to improve upon. You know, hamstrings, although you can see them, you can't see them good enough. Glutes, same thing. Arms, same thing. Got some chest fat a little bit that I have to get rid of. Some back fat towards the bottom, and you know, you got to know your strong points and your weak points. And it's a good thing to reflect upon, you know. So, to close out this video, you know, I'm excited for the next show. And I'm definitely going to be doing more posing practice, you know, between now and then. You know, it's about 3 weeks away, so getting excited. Fuck yeah.